Week 11, day 51 of our 60-day challenge. We have 2 weeks left. Today, at the end, as you know, we do 1,000 reps a day. At the end of today, we'll be at 51,000 reps on our way to the 60,000. At this point, you should have seen some incredible transformations in your body if you've been sticking with it. We're a little late today. I was in Miami over the weekend, but you just can't give up, can't quit. Even if you're late, it's better to do it than not do it at all. Let's get done today. I don't have a lot to say. Let's get this baby rocked out. So if you're just joining the program, we're going 12 weeks. We are on week 11 right now, day 51 of the challenge. By this point, we're doing 1,000 reps every day. We hit every major body part. We go arms, shoulders, back, chest, abs, and legs. Through this time period right now, I've lost about 14 pounds throughout the whole journey. So if you have more weight than that to go, you're going to see it drop like crazy, but you got to stay committed to it. We're a little bit late today. I usually do this at 7 a.m. Just got back from Miami, didn't get in with all these flight delays and cancellations till about 2 in the morning. So I'm a little late getting into this workout. It doesn't matter if you're late. All that matters is if you do it or you don't. You know, some people do, some people don't. And the ones that do, they gain all the reward, and those that don't, just bitch, moan, and cry and complain about it. Why don't they do it? Well, that'd be up to them. I'm not really too sure. I guess it's just easier to complain. Let's get it done. But if you're watching this, you're not one of those bitch moaners and criers and complainers. You're a doer. Like I said, if you're on the program or you're brand new, we do 1,000 reps a day, Monday through Friday. It's usually at 7 a.m. I use 15-pound dumbbells for most body parts. I use 30 pounds for my chest. It's a little bit stronger. But if you commit to this, guys, and especially if you're 50 plus years old and you've been for 2 decades, you haven't been working out, or if you did work out when you were younger, at this point in time, maybe arthritis, your shoulders, injuries, all those things, I stay completely away from the heavy weights that I used to use. And if you've had surgeries, I've had 5 back surgeries, a couple fusions, all those things, stay away from the heavy weight. This is all my opinion. This is what works for me. Light weights, high reps, you're going to burn it off. Plus you're getting that 10,000 steps, about 5 miles every day. And not only that, you're watching your diet. I hate the word diet. I call it just awareness, elimination of the bad things, and stick to the good things. And the harder you work, the more you're going to want to stay away from those bad things, because it's not going to help you get towards your goal. So if you go on one of those special crazy keto diets, this, that, whatever, you're probably going to jump right back off in a couple weeks because it's not sustainable. That's why I just say, eat some of the things that you like, but eliminate a lot of them and make them treats every once in a while whenever you do something good. Like I said, the reason I'm late today, I took 70 students from my university. I'm a college professor, sports management. We took 70 students to the Miami Heat game on the weekend. We did a tour and stuff beforehand. We had a speaker, the head of the ticketing, most amazing talk ever. Such a great point that he made was about taking chances in your life. Just remember, take those chances. You can always go home. You can always change directions. But if something happens, it doesn't mean it's the end. Just make another choice. If you go there, it doesn't work, make another choice. If you just keep making those choices in life, whenever you're really working hard and going towards your dream, you'll get there. But if you quit, game over. So just remember, go out and take those chances because you can always come back. That's why I say don't burn all the bridges. I've liked to burn the bridges a lot of times in my thing because there's no retreat when you go up to your goal. So if you do burn those bridges and you're moving in a direction, don't worry about it. Just change direction, but keep that dream and that goal out there, and you can achieve it. Same thing with weight loss. Maybe you're sticking to it, you're working hard, and all of a sudden you fall off the boat and you go a weekend to Miami like I did, and you eat a bunch of crazy stuff, and you feel like crap. Okay, well that doesn't mean game over. That means make an adjustment, make a change, get back on the tracks, get that train going forward. Even if it's late, like me, usually do this at 7 a.m. It's 10 o'clock right now, so you just can't quit. That's the main thing. You can't quit if you want. That don't work for me. And one thing you got to really focus on is being fit and being in shape doesn't mean you need to be so ripped, so jacked that you're like, there's no chance in hell I could ever get to that because I'm not going to make myself suffer. I'm in no way completely shredded or as big as those guys. However, you don't have to get to that point. I'm telling you, if you can drop 20, 30 pounds, and at least get into this shape right here, especially when you have your confidence will soar through the roof. You don't have to be some freaking model walking down the beach with your abs freaking chiseled and all of that. Is that great? Is that a goal? Absolutely. But if you're in your 50s, you're like, you know what? I'm not going for that as my goal. And so I just want to be able to do better. Well, just work out every day. Give your best effort. Nobody's asking you to get to that point where you're like 8% body fat and you're so damn chiseled. But those people there, they don't eat a regular diet. They're suffering every day to try to get to that point. Are you willing to do it? I'm not really willing to do that. I want to be in shape. I want to be fit, but I'm not willing to starve myself every single day, do these 18-hour fasts and all that bullshit. I'm not willing to do that. But I'm willing to put the work in, eliminate the bad things from my diet, and do my walking, because it will just make you feel better. Go after it, not as much for the aesthetics of it, but do it as for the pride, the discipline, the confidence that you'll get. It's all there for you for the taking, but you have to go after it. Legs. Round one done, 300 reps. So the three parts of the success of this program is your 1,000 rep workout, your 10,000 steps, and the awareness of what you're eating every day. So if you go on vacation or you're stuck at the airport now with these damn Democrats effing up the whole system, and you're there and you have to eat, look at the menu. You know, maybe you just want to get rice with some chicken with none of the garbage and stuff on top. Okay? Maybe you want to just eat a bar or something, or you can find something in an airport. Went to Chick-fil-A, and if you tell them, just say, even if it's breakfast time, say, I'm gluten-free, I can't, they'll make you the chicken tenders, the chicken chunks without the breading and stuff on it. If you want that in the morning time, all you gotta do is say, I'm gluten-free, I need that. They'll fire that up and they'll make it for you. That's what I did at the airport, because I am. But they will give you a huge thing. You can get things done if you are creative and you think about it. Don't be like, oh, there's nothing here. I need to eat this breakfast sandwich. It's just full of junk. I typically, one of my main thing is whatever I eat, if it's more than 2 or 3 ingredients, then I don't eat it. If it comes from a box, I don't eat it. You know, if it's just chicken and maybe you put some type of salt or pepper or hot sauce or something like that on it. Same thing with the rice or potatoes or whatever else you're eating, or sweet potatoes or whatever. Not something when you look at the box and it has like 50 freaking ingredients on it. You're like, what the hell is this? Stay away from that kind of stuff. No, I stay away from that kind of stuff. You guys do whatever you want to do. Let's go, round 2. So program, 1,000 reps every day, Monday through Friday. We had all 5 major body part regions. I use 15 pounds for the regular stuff, 30 pounds for my chest. Obviously with the legs and the abs, I'm not using any weight, but if you want to be able to hold a 5-pound weight when you're doing your crunches or whatever, or if you want to hold your 15s or whatever while you're doing your squats, whatever, or you're doing your calf raises, go ahead and do that. But even at 15 pounds, even at 10 pounds, when you get through this workout, you should be hurting by the end. By that rep between 40 and 50, you should really be almost maxed out. By the time you hit that 50, it should be almost a failure, especially after the 3rd round. You should really be struggling. If you have to drop down a weight halfway through. Just get it done. I believe every success in life begins with your fitness and your health. Not only does it begin there, but your whole career and your relationships can end there as well. If you don't take care of yourself, then you could work your ass off all your life for the greatest career, make all this money, same thing, get the greatest family, and then have a heart attack and die. And some other man comes in and takes over your life. That's all a choice. For the most part, we all have different genetics, but you sure reduce the risk of a lot of that happening, a lot of the diseases, heart attacks, diabetes, all those types of things drastically go down when you take care of yourself, especially what you put in your body, because it's being exposed so much that there's so many chemicals in our body, and then you don't take care of yourself, and then you're on all these drugs and stuff. You don't know. Don't trust any damn thing the government tells you at all. Everything seems to come out later and people just forget about it. Vaccinations, drugs, food additives, all this shit. You just gotta be smart, just eat like people used to do. You shouldn't need all that kind of stuff. Are there rare occasions? Yes. But exceptions do not negate the rule. Just take care of your body. Your body will take care of your mind. Your mind will take care of a lot of the stresses and anxieties and all those things that cause a lot of these diseases. But it all starts with fitness and discipline. At least it does for me. It might not for you. Well, hard work might not work for you. You might be allergic to it or something happens. If you are doing the program, you're Monday through Friday, take Saturday and Sunday off, at least from the weightlifting. Not for the walking so much, but from just the lifting, the workout, because your body needs that recovery. I don't know about overtraining or whatever, but not only physically wise, but mentally wise, you need to have those 2 days of a break. Even if you have to split them up, Wednesday, Sunday, something like that, that's fine, but I like to do 2 back-to-back days. I know it makes it a little bit harder on Monday to get back into it, because you miss 2 days of anything, it's a lot easier to just quit and give up. So if you feel that way, then break it up Wednesday, Sunday if you have to. But at the end of the week, as long as you got your 5,000 reps in 5 of those days, then you're golden. Do our abs while we're down here. You know, here's one of the greatest things, because people will watch this and be like, that workout won't work. Every single workout will work if you work the workout. I mean, how many homes, maybe it's you as well, have a treadmill or a clothes rack or a bicycle or a weight bench or whatever that's covered with clothes and junk and garbage? Ab machines, everything works if you work it. People are they're looking for that magic pill. That magic, oh, I got this machine, and all of a sudden, just buying it makes them feel better, and then they're like, well, I'll get to it. Every workout program will work. Most diet stuff, you know, but you have to stick with it. You know, people say, oh, walking doesn't do anything. Well, walk 10,000 steps every day for 90 days and see what happens. You're gonna see miraculous change in your body and in your discipline and your confidence. Same thing with this workout. You go 60 days doing this, you are going to see a tremendous difference in your body. You start cutting out a lot of the garbage in your diet. Those three things, that trifecta, those things together right there, the working out for 90 days, the walking for 90 days, and the self-awareness of your diet, and eliminating a lot of the garbage that you put into it, will transform your body. Hands down, guaranteed, it will transform your body. But it won't work unless you work it. So anybody you see online that's doing these fitness programs, they all work because you're working your body, you're moving it. Now, if you want to get to the elite level, maybe there's some little tweaks and things that you need to do. These guys have a lot of great stuff. This is a basic beginner program for those guys who have basically, for the last decade or two or three maybe, have just neglected their body. And you want to do something about it. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired. This is what it takes right here to get back in. And then you want to get onto something like that after you go 90 days or a year in this, just getting your body primed and ready to go. But I would never jump into something heavy weights, some of these workouts, if you've been sedentary for the last 20 years, because you're going to end up hurting yourself. And you're going to push it so hard, they're going to push you, and then you're going to give up. You're going to quit. You're like, shit doesn't work. I'm hurt. I'm injured. This and that. Ease into it. Let's look long term on what we're doing here, not short term. Long term. If you think long term and you work this stuff, you're going to see short term gains, short term losses, short term muscle gain. You will just with your diet alone, because the fat isn't from the workouts. The fat is from the food that you're eating. But the workouts and the walking are to get that metabolism going, build that muscle growth, burn more calories, then that diet, your elimination of the garbage. I'm telling you, it's gonna work. I've lost 14 pounds so far on this, just over this 51 days. End of round two. I'd say if you don't feel like you can commit, the full 90 days, commit 30 days. Not even 30 days. 20 workout days in a 30-day period. Just test it. 20 days right there. So go that month. 20 days of working out, 20 days of walking, and take 20 days of being super strict on your diet. And if you want to eat some of it, the food is where the fat comes from, the calorie intake. So I would say over those 30 days, monitor and watch every single thing. I write it down every day. I would suggest having a food journal, set it in your kitchen, wherever you're going to eat, and write it down. Because when you write stuff down, it makes you become more aware. Because you could just be shoveling stuff in every time you go through the kitchen or your truck, or if you're going somewhere, it's just one thing. Well, those one things start to add up to a lot of things and a lot of calories. So if you're writing it down, you're like, oh my God, I ate 3 these protein bars, which is be good for you. Okay, maybe 1, but if you ate 4 in a day, that's 800 calories, 800 plus calories probably. Well, I'm just gonna have 1 coffee drink or one of the Flupa Pucha Cuckoo or whatever. I don't drink any of that shit. But how many calories are in that? 400, 600? I have no idea, because I would never ingest any of that kind of crap. But it all starts to add up, and you'd be at the end of the day, you'd be like, holy crap, my resting metabolism's 2,200 calories, and I ingested 5,000. Well, hell, it's no wonder you're not losing weight, or you're putting a little bit on every single day. Especially as a guy, if you put it on fast, you can take it off. I've found that a lot of women, they can eat stuff the same thing you are. It just takes a small little bit over time. Then all of a sudden they're like, holy shit, my ass is this big. Where a guy, coming from my perspective, if I would eat a couple pieces of pizza, the next day I'm like, oh Christ, I can feel it here and here. So you should take that as a motivation. But also, if you don't eat, you wake up the next morning, you're like, man, I feel a little bit leaner. I can tell I lost some weight. Sounds crazy. I don't know the whole science behind all that kind of stuff. I'm just saying what works for me. If I watch my diet for an entire week, I can see it in the mirror and I can see it on the scale. And if I eat something several days that I shouldn't be eating, I can see it in the mirror and I can see it on the scale. So if you're one of those fast weight gainers, you're also going to be one of those fast weight losers as well. So, and a lot of women I know, I've seen it, they eat all this stuff and they're like, oh, somebody going to change, somebody going to change. And all of a sudden they look in the mirror like, holy crap. The same thing on losing it. A lot of women, it's hard to lose that weight, but you didn't just gain it overnight. You gained it over a decade of treating your body like crap. So it's going to be hard to take off. And then the motivation, it's just a bad cycle, like a death spiral going down. Be aware of it and just know that you can do anything you want to do. The only thing that's stopping you is you. Here's the thing. If you are particularly obese, and I am in no way pushing drugs or weight loss stuff, but that Ozempic and that class of drugs right there, GLP-1, people are seeing amazing, almost like miraculous changes in their lives. And here's the thing, like I say, I am not promoting that, but what I am promoting is if you need like a jump start, almost like putting a choke on and warming up and jump start your body like that, make sure that you are on a workout, exercise, walking, and diet awareness program. Because I see it already. People that are on it, they start seeing these miraculous changes and they're like, I'm doing this without working out. I'm doing it without walking. I'm doing it without changing my diet. This is a miracle. This is great. Well, at some point, the doctor's going to say, you got to go off of this because it's hurting your liver. It's hurting your kidneys. It's hurting this or that or whatever. Your muscle mass has just disintegrated in your body. This is going to happen at some point in time. But if you are taking that stuff and you need that jump start just for motivation, you have to be on a life-changing, mission, journey, lifestyle change. Start taking that stuff if you do, but get on a program like this of just low weight, high reps, because obviously if you got that fat, you didn't just happen overnight. You haven't been doing anything for the last couple decades, but start walking, start working out, and start watching what you eat. That will not only help you in the long run, it's going to speed up your fat loss, and it's going to put you on a journey that you can taper yourself off of that stuff and not have an explosion of it all coming back. And what's going to likely happen is, since you've lost your muscle mass, you've destroyed your metabolism level, it's going to come back faster and it's going to come back more. So if you lost 100 pounds, you go off that stuff because of a health reason, you're probably going to gain 110, 115 back. And that's what we haven't seen yet. That's my prediction. We haven't seen it yet because it's so new. People are just like, they're in the honeymoon phase of this thing. Everything's great, man. I'm doing this. I'm not eating. I've seen a lot of people that are on it. They're still eating hamburgers and crap and fast food and all that. And they're like, it's working, it's working. I've seen it. And they're not doing any exercise. So you got to get a lifestyle freaking change. Where you're at some point in time, it's like a rubber band. It's gonna boom back, and I can imagine the depression and just how horrible you'll feel when you finally got to that ideal weight, and then you get that word that you have to go off this stuff, and you balloon back up. It doesn't have to happen that way if you're taking care of yourself. So start today. Like I say, I'll tell you, you see me pulling my pants up all the time. I wear these exact same shorts every single day for one reason. One reason at all. I have multiple pairs of shorts. But when we started this program, 51 days ago on this, these things were snug on me. And now they are, they're so loose. I'm on my last belt buckle here. And the belt buckle is doing absolutely nothing right now. But I use that every day when I put these on. I don't even have to unbutton them or the belt. I can just pull them straight up. Where before, at one point over a year ago, I could not even wear these things. I couldn't get them. I could get them about like that far from the button even hooking. Okay, I was a fat piece of crap right here. If you haven't got your before pictures and the picture that you want in the future, you got to get on that as well. But if you have a pair of shorts and you're wearing them and they're tight on you, wear them every day just so you can feel that feeling. And watch that progression, because to me, the scale is a liar, because you could be gaining muscle and losing a lot of water at the same time. So you think, oh, I got all these gains and all of a sudden I've stopped. Do it by the way your clothes fit. So you can watch the scale as well, especially if you have a lot of weight to lose. Watching the scale might be, fun. It's just in our society. This is crazy. If you're older and you've watched it, remember back when the TV show The Biggest Loser was on? Like that right now, fat shaming and stuff. Fat shaming is a good thing. Shaming somebody for their fat hopefully will make them change their lives. But we've become such a weak damn society. That show would never be allowed to be on right now. Where you'd see people losing 20 pounds in a week, completely transforming their bodies. And it can happen, but you got to put the work in. I mean, if go back and Google that, watch it on YouTube or whatever, if they haven't even removed it. The Biggest Loser. They take all these fat people, put them together, and they would compete to lose the most amount of weight. But like I said, the weight in the pounds, that was the only deceptive thing on there, because you could not drink water and lose a lot of water weight, but then these people would get stuck. You could see it transform in their body, but they would get stuck in that because they were so focused on the weight. Take the focus off the scale. Go by measurements. And the best measurement to me is, how do your clothes fit? You'll be able to tell right away. Are your pants starting to fall down, or maybe if you're a little your arms starting to get a little tighter here, shirt getting a little looser here. What's your face look like? Because more than likely, most people, you're going to lose it here first, and it's not going to come off of here first. It's going to come off your shoulders. It's going to come off your back right here. And guys, if you have the love handles, those are going to unfortunately be the last thing to go. And some of you guys have all that visceral fat inside. I've never had that, so I'm. If you do, you're one of those guys that have no love handles, but your belly's out like this and it's skin tight. I would say those aren't just emergency. Those are the red lights flashing like crazy. You need to get your ass in gear, because that fat's putting so much pressure on your organs and stuff in there. It doesn't take a genius to know that that's probably not good for you. Remember, for anything to work, you have to work it. Every exercise plan will work. Every machine will work. Every bicycle, treadmill, everything will work. Those $120, $150 tennis shoes you have on, those will work, but you got to work them. Same thing in anything in your career. That degree, that studying, that stuff will all work, but you got to do it. Same thing in your relationships. Life is not that difficult. It's not that difficult. If you need answers to anything, just go to Grok or to ChatGPT and ask it. I'll put the plan together. We have all the information. It's just the discipline and the doing. That's what we're lacking. Not only do people want the information, they want somebody to do the stuff for them now as well. Just type it in buttons, but that might work with your job, might work with your career, but it's not going to work with your body, and it's not going to work with your relationships. So, even the stuff I'm saying, it's not genius stuff. It's just common sense. It's just, unfortunately, it's not very common today. People are on like a mission to make things as easy as they possibly can in life. And you know what they end up doing? They make it 10 times harder than what it has to be. So stop trying to make life easier by doing less. Do more, and life will get a lot easier for you. So we got two more exercises. We got our abs, we got our legs, and then the last 100, you choose it. Last week I did, I pushed 100 reps in a row on my chest. This week I'm going to do my arms, each one of those sessions. Last 100, so I'm going to hit my arms with an extra 500 reps this week. So I try to rotate between my chest and with my arms, so whatever you got. But at the end of today, you've been with me, 51,000 reps. You can't find anybody out there that could actually honestly tell you, even if they don't like my program, they disagree with whatever, you move your body, even with light weights, 51,000 times, you are going to see improvement. It's just like taking 51,000 steps. Is it gonna hurt you? No, it can only do more good for you. Unless you're gonna come back, even if you come back and eat a pizza, you've still done 51,000 steps and you've moved. You go walk 10 miles and you come back, you're gonna, I don't know. It comes down to some do and some don't. Well, few do and a lot don't. And if you know why that is, put it down there in the comments. Why do some people work hard in their body, work hard in their career, work hard in their relationships, and have an amazing life, while other people refuse to work on their body, they refuse to do anything with their career besides bitch, moan, cry, and complain, and they refuse to do anything to help out their relationships? The sun comes up and goes down at the exact same time on every single person. We have the same amount of time in the day. It's just, what do you want and are you willing to do it? Because if anybody tells you that getting up at 7 a.m. and doing this workout is fun and you look forward to it every day, then they're freaking lying to you. Or going out in PA right now, it's 25 degrees. We just had some snow last night. Going out and doing 10,000 steps, 25 degrees, with snow on the ground, is not like the greatest thing in the world that you want to do. Or, instead of eating a really good, I used to own a pizza franchise, eat a really good pizza or some chicken wings, or maybe just having some chicken or a steak or whatever, just that, plain, no garbage on it. I mean, those are just choices that you can make. They're not hard choices. The problem is you just don't want to get to the end of your life and have regrets. If you get to the end of your life and you regret, that's when you're going to have a problem. And half the time I'm sitting here, there's not even anybody watching. I'm talking to myself. So you, Mike, you're doing all the preaching. Make sure you're listening to yourself. And honestly, these workouts here aren't something you come to watch, for, I don't know, it motivates me. But if you're coming to work out, that's one thing, but whatever. Oh, man. It's just accountability for me is what it is. Last one with the legs, I split that between calf raises and squats. Let's get this done so we can get out of here. 1, 2. $25. Okay, that's into 3 rounds. That's 900 reps. You choose your final 100, whatever body part you want to hit. I'm doing arms. I'm going to do 50 with biceps and then 50 with the triceps, both arms. But you decide which ones you want to do. Whatever you feel weakest at, when you want to work. If you want to do a different one every single day, but you get that choice of that last 100. Work it on your strong part to really increase it, or work it on your weak part. Or pick arms for one of the 50 and then chest for the other 50. It's completely up to you. Let's get it done. $950, 50 more. This workout takes about 45 minutes if you're doing that. But if you're a part of my program on Trainerize app, if you're interested, DM me at Dr. Michael Baptiste on Instagram. But be part of what's going on. But you don't start off with 1,000. You'll start off between 400 and 600 for the thing. And as you progress through the 12 weeks, first 4 weeks, then the second and the third, and you'll get up to that point. But you're not going to blast yourself out like this. This is the highest level of this that we do right now, that I do every single day. So don't worry about that. The weights are going to be low. Reps will be a little bit lower. Then over time, we're going to maybe not even increase the weight. We're going to increase the reps, and we're going to increase or decrease the time between the sets. I just bullshit a lot during these things, but we'll start out at a minute, rest in between every single one. Then we'll get down to 45 seconds, then we'll get down to 30 seconds throughout the 12 weeks. And it's up to you. You'll see amazing results. Guaranteed. Guaranteed if you work them. But the guarantee is the only guarantee you're going to give yourself. The program, I guarantee it'll work for you. It definitely will, but you have to work it. And only you will know if you're actually putting the work in. 1,000 reps. 1,000 reps Monday, November 10th, day 51. At this point, we've done 51,000 reps, 10,000 steps a day. Said I just got back from Miami. We stayed in Southwest Florida. Walking down there was like 95 degrees, but every single day, even when you're on vacation, get the walk in. I didn't have to work out because it was the weekend. I only get to walk in. Watch what you eat. Become self-aware. You can do anything that you want. Take care.
Bring